Last night, I watched probably it was a phenomenal basketball game. I watched the Lakers actually try and win this game. And in the first quarter, the Denver Nuggets had like 8 turnovers. And the Lakers just fell apart in the end games. Jamal Murray, off an injury that he wasn't even supposed to be playing tonight, drops his second game winner of the series, this time on the left side of the basket. And he drops it down, and it eliminates the Lakers, which means the three players we are so used to having seen are out of the playoffs, with the Lakers being eliminated to the Denver Nuggets in 5 games. We got the Suns getting absolutely demolished by 1996 Michael Jordan. And then we also got my favorite team, the Golden State Warriors, getting eliminated in the play-in against the Sacramento Kings, who didn't even make the playoffs because they lost to the Pels. But Jamal Murray is one of the most underrated basketball players on the Denver Nuggets, and he's more than a role player than you'll ever know. Looking at Phoenix, I don't know what I see. I mean, they're literally going up against Michael Jordan right now. It's not even a battle. Plus, you also got people like Jason Tatum and Derek White. Derek White just gave you, 38 last night? Like, dude, you have Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday, and you're telling me out of all those people, Derek White drops 38. I'm not saying Derek White's a bad player at all. I'm just saying that's how good this team is. It's so scary for the league. A new era is coming, and it's going to be a Luka league. It's going to be a Jokic league. It's going to be a Jason Tatum league. It's not going to be the league that we've seen it in its form before. And at first, I'm going to start talking about my favorite team and what they need to do. They need to rework everything. Chris Paul, even at 38 years old, I think he was still a great floor spacer on this team. He could shoot the rock. He's a great mid-range shooter. He's basically a small-ass Sean Livingston. And at the same time, I mean, he's making sure he's letting Curry get screens, off-ball screens, so Curry could just run around and get off-ball screens from Kevon Looney or Draymond or anybody. And it gets him and Klay Thompson open. And yeah, Klay Thompson wasn't good enough this season to be efficient off them screens. Curry sure as hell was. Curry, in my personal opinion, is still top 3-point guard in the league behind Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson. Because Jalen Brunson, I think, is probably either the best or the second best point guard in the league right now. Jalen Brunson is a dog for real. And everybody that goes up against him is just terrified of the dude. And, I mean, he showed his stripes on the Mavericks, and now look at him. He's like a fucking all-star, superstar on the damn New York Knicks, who are going to damn near fucking probably beat Milwaukee Bucks today and knock off Damian Lillard and Giannis. So, I mean, I still think Curry's a top 3-point guard. So, I think we keep him. I think we maybe keep Chris Paul the last year of his deal. Maybe. I don't know. He's got a lot of money. And it's gonna be hard for a team to want Chris Paul and give up something valuable for us and our style of play. Kevon Looney is one of the most valuable pieces on this team. Draymond Green is super, super valuable to this team. I don't care what anybody says. He is the heart and soul of this team. And I know his heart and soul has been punching people recently and getting suspended. But if Draymond Green's healthy, and Draymond Green's, he has been healthy. If Draymond Green decides to hold back his anger and all of his shenanigans, I think we have another chance at a title. I honestly think we do. And I think Klay Thompson, if he gets back to where he was, like in 2022, like the year prior to this, I think we're talking championship. Because we got good pieces in Gary Payton, and so I think it's a sign of good things to happen. But with Los Angeles, I think it's just a guess. I think this is going to be LeBron's last game as a Laker. I think if Bronny does get drafted, he does go play with whatever team Bronny goes to. It's just a thought because Bronny has declared for the draft. If Bronny declares for the draft and he doesn't play this season and he doesn't get drafted, I honestly think LeBron James retires. I think he's like, okay, well, my dream's not going to happen. I'm retiring, because LeBron wasn't even that phenomenal in this series per se. I mean, LeBron and Anthony Davis duo they looked good in this series. They really did. Anthony Davis looked good. Jokic was getting held to like season fucking lows. And even though Jokic was getting held to season fucking lows, guess who showed up? Jamal fucking Murray and Kentavious Caldwell Pope and fucking Aaron Gordon hit a three and fucking, you know what I mean? Like you're telling me injured Jamal Murray is cooking your entire team. D'Lo, he took a lot of shots in the first couple quarters and he wasn't hitting and he got his stroke right. Rui Hachimura was playing like absolute dog shit, but his defensive presence is what the Lakers really needed from him anyways. But Anthony Davis was a dog. The Lakers aren't a bad team. It's just so much better teams out there. So it's just they're not that good of a team or a squad anymore. And they just, I want to say it's all Darvin Ham's fault. I don't think it is. I mean, if you're a part of Laker Nation, you probably know a lot more about the Lakers than me. I don't really watch the Lakers. I just love LeBron James, even though like I hated him growing up because like he was knocking off my favorite players. But like I've grown to love LeBron James and what he does for the game. So I mean, he's still a great player, but I feel like if he can't do it by himself anymore. And I get it. So there's tons of TikToks like, oh, yeah, Lakers in 7. We're going to see 18 LeBron James on the Cavs. You're not going to see that anymore from him. I guarantee it. He's a great shooter now. He shoots the rock quite well. But I just don't know what the Lakers are going to do. I think the Lakers are not even going to be a conversation. They're going to go back to 2017 Lakers post-Kobe where it's fucking young-ass pieces. Otherwise, no, there's not going to be anything that happens. But I'm happy for the Lakers. You know, they had some good runs and stuff like that, but it's time to just call it. Getting on to the Suns. The Suns are just a super team that aren't super. I mean, Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. Probably one of the greatest or the greatest scorers in the league. And you can't have Kevin Durant just sitting in the corner like fucking Michael Porter Jr. or fucking Klay Thompson. You can't have him do that. And I feel like that's why, like you seen, I don't know if you guys seen the interview, but KD was damn near crying after the sweep. Because like, you know how much he doesn't have kids. He doesn't have a wife. He literally, all he does is smoke fucking weed and play basketball. His life is going fucking great. But I mean, Devin Booker, people were saying he's the #1 shooting guard in the league starting the season. And Grayson Allen's a good piece, which he is. Grayson Allen is a great piece for this team. But this team just, the only reason that the Warriors were good without Kevin Durant. And in free agency, they didn't get rid of any pieces to get Kevin Durant. They signed Kevin Durant because they had money. And that made them a super team that was free agency built. But right now, what we're seeing from teams is that the Phoenix Suns traded for Kevin Durant. They gave up nice depth pieces like Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. They gave up these pieces and these picks, and you received Kevin Durant. Like Michael, if you still had Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Yusuf Nurkic, and you still had Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Cameron Payne, you still had these people, this team would be fucking great. And you know why it's not great? Because you had to give up these pieces to acquire Kevin Durant, who also is aging, but yes, still a superstar. But at that point, it's a lose-lose situation. Like, dude, you could win a championship by having two superstars. Like, if you didn't get Bradley Beal, say you got, instead of using his money on Bradley Beal, you got, like, other players. Like, maybe you got Naz Reid or, like, just role players. You know what I'm saying? You guys might have a better chance of winning a championship because you have more bodies, and these more bodies do different things, and they're going to be useful in different areas. When you fucking spend all your money on goddamn Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant, and, like, you spend all this money on Bradley Beal, and then you fucking trade for Kevin Durant, it's just going to be a fucking slaughterhouse. You're going to go in there, and Kevin Durant's going to be tired. Devin Booker's going to be tired from playing fucking the whole damn game, and your bench pieces aren't competent enough to go up against a T-Wolves. who was fucking LeBron James' goddamn son. But if you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe as always. My next video is going to be talking about the Cream Team, which is the 2024 USA team. I'll see you guys soon.